Greetings and welcome to this week's edition of 401k Real Talk. This is Fred Barstein, contributing editor at wealthmanagement.com's RPA Edge and CEO at Trow, TPSU, and 401k TV. I review all of last week's stories and select the most important and interesting ones, providing open, honest, and candid discussion you will not get anywhere else. So let's get real. First story, according to LIMRA, annuity sales overall are booming, due in part to equity market declines and higher interest rates. Q2 sales, the highest ever since they started recording it in 2008, were up 22% at $77 billion. Most types of annuity sales were up, including fixed-rate deferred annuities, which were up 76% from a year ago, yielding 4 times the rate of bank CDs, according to LIMRA. And though interest rate hikes help sales, there is concern about further increases. Annuity providers are banging at the door of the DC and RIA markets, hoping to replace a portion of the IRA rollovers under siege by the DOL, providing a better retirement income solution. It seems inevitable that they will be part of the decumulation solutions. Next story. Speaking of annuities, their dark side is best exemplified in the K through 12 non-ERISA 403B arena, which includes multi-vendor, high-priced annuities sold by non-fiduciary commission brokers offering only proprietary products. Could it get any worse? With New Jersey set to pass a bill requiring all school districts with more than 1,000 students to offer at least 3 options, Dan Arter of 403BYs, a former teacher and now industry consultant, points out that the best price plans are all single vendor with little to no value in the multi-vendor system. Apologists who are representing the non-ERISA 403B providers and brokers point out that the current system affords teachers the opportunity to have individual advisors they might not otherwise be able to afford. But that's like saying because you cannot afford a doctor, it's okay to have untrained pharmaceutical sales reps provide medical advice where the solution is always their product, no matter what the problem. Which is why the most important part of the Hippocratic Oath is do no harm. We need to do better for our teachers, and the retirement industry needs to stop lobbying and perpetuating a flawed system fueled by weak and lame excuses. Next story. With 10 million users on their current financial wellness platform, Edelman Financial Engines announced a new service called Momentum, which includes help with retirement income, life events, budgeting and planning with sensitivity to different demographics. They have 350 licensed professionals to help, along with additional 300 service reps and 140 storefronts from their acquisition of the mutual fund store. Being the largest managed account provider with 300 billion and over 1 million users and access to participant data, along with a $7 billion valuation funded by giant PE firms like Warburg and Hellman and Friedman, who, by the way, also have a significant interest in Hub, EFE is perhaps the most formidable financial wellness provider and maybe a way for institutional investment consultants and some larger record keepers to leverage participants and compete with advisors. Next story, Cambridge Investment Research, a mid-tier independent broker-dealer with more than 3,000 reps, is partnering with fintech BidMoney to entice and enable wealth advisors to work with smaller and startup 401k plans. Like Envestnet with the purchase of 401kplans.com and Benetic, Bidmoney is a digital DC record keeper marketplace. Though most wealth advisors are not attracted to the DC plans, and check out our first 401k Real Chat episode with Carson Group's Jamie Hopkins to hear why, if Cambridge and Bidmoney can make the complex simple, plus with government mandates forcing many wealth advisors' clients to offer retirement plans, maybe, just maybe, we can make the DC market more attractive to wealth advisors and financial planners. And finally, in my recent RPA Edge column, I asked whether an activist DOL was good for the 401k market. I questioned whether they had overstepped their bounds by effectively banning digital assets in DC plans without their usual comment and review process, which led to FinTech record keeper for us all suing them. The article got a lot of attention and comments on LinkedIn. And rather than debating the merits of whether crypto is good or bad and if they belong on DC menus, the issue is the role of the DOL and whether they should effectively limit over 100 million accounts from investing in digital assets without proper due diligence or legislative mandate. Remember that many institutional money managers and a significant percentage of individuals use digital assets, and they are now available on the industry's largest record keeper, Fidelity. So what do you think? So those were the most important and interesting stories from the past week. I listed a few others worth reading. Please let me know if I missed anything or if you have any comments. Otherwise, I look forward to speaking to you next week on 401k TV. And before I go, I wanted to point out our new program, 401k Real Chat. It's a 12 to 15 minute interview with the most interesting, innovative, and impactful industry professionals, and it comes out every Friday. Our first program was with Carson Group's Jamie Hopkins, and up next is Empower's Ed Murphy explain how they are partnering and coexisting with advisors just as they integrate and offer personal capital services to their 17 million participants. So take a look.